Another day in the Miami real estate paradise. Let's go!
One of the best and most powerful experience that I had in my life was doing Bold. Bold is a course of 7 weeks that only Keller Williams does. This course basically is 100 agents divided in 10 teams of 10 agents, and for 7 weeks we are working and studying and learning selling techniques, lead generation practice, script practice, role playing, and at the same time many activities to earn more clients. Because the secret of every business, every entrepreneur business is lead generation. They teach you how to create new clients and how to achieve their goals. I remember at the beginning I was really, thinking negative way. I was thinking, because this course, the cost is $800 and you have to pay yourself. At the beginning, when you're a new agent, when you just started, when you don't have income, you're using your saving, they arrive and say, hey, do this course. It costs only $800. $800 for me in that moment was a lot. And I was just, nah, I'm not doing this. They're just trying to sell me something. But then I realized that all the top producers in the office did the Bold course 5 times, 7 times, 10 times. I was talking with a top producer and he told me, I did Bold 11 times. And I was, you're a millionaire, you have a Porsche. How are you doing Bold again? Because every time that I do Bold, I learn something new. And in that 7 weeks, I generate a lot of clients that then I transform in transaction closing, and then I make more money. So it was, And then the best part is that there is a rule in Bold. If you sell 2 properties between the beginning of Bold until 2 months of the end of the course, they will reimburse you the $800. So Gustavo Pacheco, my team leader, he knew that I was, new and I was using my savings. So he said, I'll pay this $800 for you because I know you will sell these 2 properties and you will get the reimbursement and you give me the reimbursement. So I'm confident you will. I learned a lot. Of course, I sold the 2 properties. I got the reimbursement. I gave it back to him. I was really happy. And until today, I did Bold 5 times. And every time I got the reimbursement. One thing that I learned in Bold that I'm really happy that I did it, and this is why I kept doing it, is that they teach you how to get out of your comfort zone. If you want to achieve things in life, you have to change. You have to get out of your comfort zone. If you're comfort, you cannot produce enough. You cannot do the extra mile. So to achieve great things, you have to be able to do hard things. I'm really grateful and blessed to be in Keller Williams, to have the opportunity to grow a lot as a real estate agent in Keller Williams.
Buongiorno Ivan, da quant'è che stai qua a Miami?
Da circa 7 anni. Sono venuto a Miami perché ho avuto l'opportunità di fare un internship per 3 mesi con un broker developer.
Cos'è un broker developer?
Un broker immobiliare che si occupa di vendite e anche un developer allo stesso tempo, un costruttore che appunto costruisce e rivende. Qui a Miami tutti parlano spagnolo, quindi puoi anche vivere qui senza imparare l'inglese a seconda del lavoro che fai. Una pregunta, ¿cuánto va a poner de down payment to buyer?
Cash.
Es cash, me encanta eso. Dale, yo te llamo más tarde.
Vabbè, tu sei venuto qua a lavorare per un costruttore, non eri già un agente immobiliare, quindi di cosa ti occupavi?
Soprattutto facevo property management, gestione di appartamenti e di edifici per investitori. Ho sempre preferito le vendite rispetto al management. Per diventare agente immobiliare c'è bisogno di prendere appunto la licenza. Negli Stati Uniti ogni stato richiede una specifica licenza. In Florida devi fare 2 esami, un corso di 72 ore e poi fai un pre-license exam. Dopo aver passato il pre-license puoi appunto fare l'esame esame di Stato. È una cosa abbastanza facile.
non è difficile.
Ottenere la licenza è veramente una cosa, se parli inglese o spagnolo, perché ci sono anche corsi solo in spagnolo, puoi diventare agente facilmente.
Tu non puoi farlo da solo.
No, per farlo da solo devi essere broker. Io sono un broker associate, significa che ho già la licenza ma sono ancora sotto Keller Williams. Se volessi potrei aprire il mio broker, però
È un'altra licenza in più.
devi fare un altro esame, altri 2 esami. Sempre molto facile. Avere un listing è la cosa migliore, perché? Perché il listing attrae i compratori, mentre quando hai un compratore devi andare a cercare la casa per lui.
E il listing te lo dà il costruttore.
Il costruttore, se hai relazioni con il costruttore, o il venditore, il proprietario della casa che decide di vendere. Ottenere il listing significa anche convincere il proprietario a pagare la commissione.
Quindi la tua sfida più grande è trovare listing.
Sì,
case
quella
da
è
vendere.
la sfida più grande.
È la sfida più grande.
Sì,
Così poi i clienti si trovano.
Quando hai una casa da vendere dal prezzo giusto, i clienti vengono da soli.
Se tu fai tutto questo da solo, che ti serve stare sotto un broker?
Ottima domanda. Keller Williams è già un nome molto importante, ma non solo questo. C'è anche da dire che Keller Williams come broker, come company, ti offre tantissime cose rispetto ad altri broker. Classi per imparare, corsi ogni giorno. Sono sempre team leaders, persone, agenti con più esperienza che sono pronti ad aiutarti. Il tuo broker è sempre presente.
Quindi non lo faresti da solo tu?
Io lo farò da solo
Nel futuro.
ma sì, nel futuro ho bisogno di più esperienza.
One activity that I learned also, this is something that really puts you out of your comfort zone, is the door knocking. I remember that at Bold they mentioned that this is a really good activity to farm an area, because here in United States there are a lot of single family homes where you can knock on the door. I was really thinking, I'm not gonna knock on doors. You know, I don't like that, not even the idea. But then Gustavo convinced me to do it. And I remember he told me, hey, let's do it together. We go once a week, we do door knocking, we collect the information of the people interested in selling, and then we follow up with them. When they're ready, we sell their property. So what happened is that for 1 month, I did door knocking by myself, because Gustavo was always canceling last minute because he was always busy showing properties.
Cazzo dice?
Listen, I'm done with door knocking. I'm doing by myself, you always canceling. I was not able to connect with people, I didn't get information, so nothing happened from that. So I remember he said, okay, I promise you, next time I will go with you. So I said, okay, if you don't come, I don't do it. If you come, we will. So what happened is that day he came for the very first time, I remember, and yes, this is what happened. We went doing door knocking. I knocked on a door. This guy opened and said, yes, I asked, this is the script. Hey, we're doing door knocking with the team. Have you ever considered selling your home? We can help you. Do you need a free consultation? And this man said, yes, I was actually speaking with my wife last night about selling our property. It was a big house. Now you're knocking on my door. Oh my God, this is God that sent you here. And I said, yes, of course, God sent me here. So let me introduce my team leader. Let's set an appointment and we can explain you the entire process. So he gave me the information. I went to Gustavo and I said, Gus, I just got a listing appointment. So this is working finally. And I remember he told me, oh wow, yeah, your side is lucky. Let's switch sides. So I was on the right side of the street, and he said, let me do this, and you go on the other side. So I went to the left side, and the very first door that I knocked, and this guy opened the door and said, yes, we were thinking to sell. It's been a while, but now it's time to sell the property. So I said, okay, let's schedule an appointment. That day, in 1 day, we got 2 listing appointments. We got the listings and we sold the properties in a couple of months. And then, yes, I realized that I did door knocking for 1 month and I didn't earn nothing. But then in 1 day, so 1 month and 1 day, I earned 2 listings appointments. And from that listings, we sold property and we make around $20,000 each.
Mannaggia la puttana, troia.
I'm actually also teaching classes here at the office in Keller Williams, Coral Gables about door knocking, because this is a really hard activity. It's not easy. So everything that I learn, I want to share with others, especially new agents, and being able to inspire them is a beautiful thing for me. At the same time, I think that door knocking is one of the best activities, because you not only are working and doing business, you don't only collect leads that you then sell the property, but you really are practicing Because if you're able to convince a person that you just met knocking on the door, imagine how easy it will be for you to handle your client conversation. So even if you do door knocking and you don't achieve great things, you're still working hard. You're doing hard practice that will help you a lot with any clients.